Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. So, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and as we close out the month, we want to offer some healing modalities that nourish the mind, body, and spirit. And today, we welcome a multidisciplinary artist, educator, art therapist, author, and herbalist who is passionate about spreading love and helping others come into balance with their mind, body, and spirit. And through her performances, workshops, and spiritual readings, she communicates stories of resilience and freedom, believing that within our free expression lies our superpowers and magic. And joining us to share more, everyone, please welcome Bubblesz The Creative.
Peace. How are you today?
Okay, I just want to open up by saying you're so powerful that you shifted my entire flow. You saw that? You saw that? The energy just went, okay, let's send it out.
Yes.
Let's just go with the flow.
Absolutely.
Amazing to meet you.
Likewise. Soul sisters.
Yes.
You know the vibe. We here.
I know. I know, guys. You're gonna have to try and keep up with this one because we're already communicating non-verbally, right? So it's like,
right.
Yes, we wish us all the best here in making sure we articulate what's going on, because it's a beautiful thing and it's a wonderful vibe and it's a really high frequency.
Yes.
I don't even know where to begin with you because the name alone makes me happy. Okay, just bubbles. Let's talk about bubbles.
Okay.
Bubbles make me happy.
Yes.
Just the word alone.
Right.
So how did you become Bubblesz?
So it's really funny. When I was a little girl, I remember 12 years old, me and my friends came up with this group, and we were like, okay, we all have to have nicknames. And I was thinking about what would my nickname be. And fun fact, in Cheetah Girls, Raven Simone's nickname is actually Bubbles. And then I always loved Powerpuff Girls. And I'm like, Bubbles. And I was like, Bubbles. It's Bubbles. And it's so funny because I ended up finding myself a picture when I was a little girl, when I was literally Bubbles for Halloween. And the fact that I made it at that time all the way until now and it just stuck is I manifested this. I am Bubbles. I am the bubble. The bubble of light. The rainbow. When you look at a bubble, it's literally a floating light of energy and it's a rainbow. Which is me. So it makes sense that it aligns.
Of course it does. Of course, I'm right there with you because I'm saying, the symbolism behind it as well, right? So in creative visualization, the technique is to put your manifestations in a bubble and then you release it.
Right. And then it spreads everywhere.
Right.
Me.
Right? What?
Yeah.
She's like,
I'm here.
Me. And let's not forget about the rainbow color in the bubble.
Yeah, which is literally my outfits all day. And it's also just my energy. My aura is rainbow energy.
Yeah.
So,
definitely Bubbles.
Yes.
I know, we got stuck on Bubbles because bubbles make me happy. So obviously I'm saying you make me happy.
Thank you.
And I just met you. All right, so let's talk about you and your multidisciplinary artistry that is rooted in healing.
Yeah. So I really, ever since a little girl, I have just been very creative. And there have been specifically when I was 26, so that was 4 years ago, I got really sick and it had to do with my liver. And even though I was performing and I was just outside, there was a lot of things internally that was going on that I was suppressing, and anger built up, a lot of trauma, and I was hospitalized for 5 days, and the doctors were telling me one thing, but my spirit was telling me another, and I already took a transition to being plant-based and studying herbalism at that time, so it was the time that I really had to trust my spirit because they were telling me about transplant. But of course, they didn't tell me that the liver is also the only organ in the body that can regenerate itself. They didn't tell me that I had the ability to heal myself. So I had to stop listening to the doctors, all respect to them, but I had to trust my inner voice, the Most High that lives within inside me. And I began to heal myself. So I remember at that time, I went through a lot of depression, and that's why I'm so passionate about mental wellness, because I didn't even know I was depressed. And I just asked God, I said, what do I do? And I had a dream and it told me to go to Mexico. And I was like, all right, let's go. Emptied out my savings account, found a retreat that was just for me. It had sound healing. It had a medicine drum making class, which is the drum that I use now in my performance that you'll see later on. It had an ayahuasca ceremony, cacao ceremony, meditation, yoga every day. And you know, for anybody who's not familiar with ayahuasca, it's a plant medicine that has been used in the Amazon for many generations. And it's a purgative, but it's not just a purgative for the body, it's a purgative for the spirit. So with my own experience, when I was in my meditation, I seen a trauma that was in my womb that I needed to release in order to be the being that I am now and just continuing to be. So it's like when I did that purging, physically, I also did a lot of purging mentally, and I just came back stronger. So from then on, I just became very passionate to share my journey with others through my music and my other healing modalities to show you that we do have the power to heal ourselves, because I'm like, yo, look, me, girl from the Bronx who was going, you know, and that's the thing too, I was very heavy in the community, so everybody looked at me already as this powerful motivational speaker, not even knowing that I had these mental illnesses and stuff that I was dealing with. Right. And I was so ashamed of it. Right. But now it's like, it's the power in the tongue. It's the power of sharing my story, because there's somebody out there that's going through something similar or whatever it is, and it's time to heal. So from then on, I began to do like childhood trauma workshops, because I realized that a lot of trauma is rooted within our childhood. Right. And a lot of trauma is rooted in just the inability to express yourself, or the permission to express yourself, because society and people around you try to keep you in a box and tell you that how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to dress, how you're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
And
Eso
it's like
se llama domestication.
Yeah. You know, so if we just literally express ourselves and just be free, and that means what we're wearing, how we're speaking, how we just show up into life, that's healing in itself.
So I know, and you know, I wish we had all the time in the world to talk about this.
Yeah.
We don't, right? And I want to make sure we get to those tarot cards that look so beautiful there. And I appreciate you sharing the root of your origins, right? And I mean the origins of Bubblesz, right? Because I went there. I went with you to Mexico. I went with you to, you know, in understanding like the conversation that your mind was having with your body and your spirit. You know, I saw it. I saw it all. And thank you for taking us on that trip with you, and also for your generosity, and not only carrying it for yourself, but now sharing it with others, and also becoming an art therapist, right? Because that's living purposefully. Purposefully. And so I want to ask, I guess, like, how did you find the modalities, right? Did they find you, or as in, did they just present themselves to you, right? Because we're going to also learn more about another healing modality later in the show. But you've chosen also to work with tarot cards and astrology, right?
Yeah.
And so those are specific. So I'm just curious, is it something that came to you? Is it something that you just like intuitively knew?
What's so funny about astrology is I have loved astrology since I was very young. However, I didn't really know many others that liked astrology. So it's just kind of just something that I did. And I never knew that I could help people with it. So the more that I feel like it became more hip and more people do tarot, more people do astrology. And, you know, as I began to learn more and just study my practice, I was like, oh, wait, I could use this thing that I've always loved to help people. Let's go. Yeah. And to be honest, when it comes to my modalities, as I've just been following what God has set out for me, it keeps coming to me. I'm like, oh, you want me to do this? Like, I'm about to get my certification in yoga because God has led me to do that. So it's like everything that I've been doing, God has just been leading me, and I have just been allowing the flow and trusting the process and the progress.
That is the word of the day. Surrender, baby. Surrender. And in serenity.
Yes, literally, serenity. Yes.
So, you know, we're running out of time because you're going to perform for us.
Yes.
And that's the only reason we're running out of time. But I know before we run out of time, we're going to just do something really quick with the tarot cards.
Yes. So we're just going to see what comes up. We're literally just going to see what comes up.
Okay.
Just want to come up. So 8, oh, let's go. Come through, spirit, come through.
Okay.
All right, and we're
I'm
going to
with
see
you,
what's
and I don't even know
and
what
we're
you're
going to
gonna
see
say.
what's at the back of the cards of the deck as well. So what came up was the 8 of Cups, right? So cups represent water, it represents flow, it represents also abundance. So your cup overfloweth, right? Your cup overfloweth. 8 is infinity, right? It's also abundance. So we abundant right now in doorways. Doorways are opening for us right now. We have the ability to walk through those doorways. We just have to be open to walk through those doorways and to create a new world, create a new portal. 8 of Swords, restriction. Don't let your fears or anything that you holding on to, like trauma, restrict you from walking through those doorways, because those doorways is for you, and there's something that you could do that nobody else could do, and there's doorways that you could open that nobody else got the key to, okay? Period. So, yeah.
Ashe. Ashe. Oh my God. And on that note,
Yes.
we're going to remain abundantly open.
Period. Open.
I'm just saying.
Open.
I'm just saying.
Open. Ashe.
Ashe to you,
Yes,
darling.
yes.
Oh my gosh. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh my gosh.
Spirit, come through, can't lie.
Oh my gosh.
Cards don't lie.
I don't know if they got that. You know, I'm happy to repeat it too,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you just referred to the abundance and the cup overflowing and to remain open.
Yes.
And what are we doing? We're
Yes.
having a conversation.
Yes.
Abundantly.
Ashe.
All right, you guys stay tuned. Bubblesz The Creative is going to do some extra for us, right? We just got the tarot card reading, but she's going to perform for us after the break, and you don't want to miss that.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back here now to perform Power to the People. Let's give it up for Bubblesz The Creative.
Power to the people. Yo, I put power to the people. Ha! Power to the people. Yo, I put power to the people. Ha! You already know what the message is. Write my own line so I'm sensitive. Told them little boys they can't mess with this. I'm the best at this, you should do less of this. Power to the people, I'm an activist. Baby, we are stars like an asterisk. We need to annotate where our mental is. All these sentences, but where's the censorship? See, I got my guard up cause I was scarred up, barred up in a backward system I ain't want to be a part of. Asking how I break these chains, oh, let me hang my art up. Ever since I brought up, I just seem to be a target. Feel misplaced with many fakes. What are the stakes? Yo, I'll hold my weight. Obliterate the old way to recreate, annihilate, to keep it frank. The time is now, no time to wait. You take your rate and leave no change. Don't want no chain. Your debt is lame, not in that lane. Who do we blame? Distorted, celebrated fame. And you could keep your mask, I won't be faced. I like my face, am I insane? I the body died, but soul remain. This my only way, let go my pain. I used to hold it in, now can't contain. I feel release, I see restraint. I empathize cause made mistakes. Externalize my inner states, free of my inner weights, revealing fate. Breaking family curses that used to generate. Breaking family curses that used to generate. Breaking family curses that used to generate. Shift, make a new day and a celebrate. You already know what the message is. Write my own line so I'm sensitive. Told them little boys they can't mess with this. I'm the best at this, you should do less of this. Power to the people, I'm an activist. Baby, we are stars like an asterisk. We need to annotate where our mental is. All these sentences, but where's the censorship? Power to the people, yo, I put power to the people, yo, power to the people, yo, and I put love to the people.
Woo, yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Bubblesz The Creative. Oh Oh my gosh. What is this instrument?
This is a medicine drum that I made in Mexico, the journey I told you about earlier.
That is so what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
bringing it here and blessing us.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone, once again, Bubblesz The Creative. For more information on Bubblesz, you can visit bubblesthecreative.com and definitely follow her on Instagram at Bubblesz. And Bubblesz is with SZ, The Creative.
Yes.
All right, stay tuned because when we return, we have sound bath healing when we come back. You don't want to miss.